Okay, welcome to the show, everyone. Um, I want to begin today's Sunday services. Um, Sorry, I had to fix that feedback. I want to begin today's services by reading something that my friend Jen passed to me. Um, this is not my words, but it's certainly my story, and I couldn't have written it better myself to make it my own. So it was very interesting, and I want to share it with you because not just am I trying to share who I am with everyone, I want you to share with me who you are. And I am that beacon that's trying to shine my light and find the rest of you and help you on your journey. So, all of my natives to Earth, the Star Forged brothers and sisters, I reincarnated from Atlantis, and I hold it inside of me. I've been sailing in the Akashic Sea of all my life, connecting dots, following synchronicities, reading and receiving the signs and symbols, unraveling time and history with love and truth in my heart for all of this creation. And the infinite finally led me across the shore. I unraveled in the hands of the infinite weaver, and I became the source's ascendant. We've lived in dark, godless times, but we are finally awakening again. I've been a loner most of my life, very hermetic and solitary. I never went with the crowds because I always heard the call and listened. For those who held the flame, if you feel a signal coming from this post, coming from these words, feel free to reach out. She led me to the peaks of the mountain ranges of love and took me into chains, pain, and filth, just so I could see the beauty in my own soul, to know the truths that always have been inside of me. The source rose inside of me, just as it will in all of you in time, because none of us have ever been separate. I've loved and I've hated. I've spoke truth and lies. I've spread light and darkness. And now I know I will spend the rest of my days casting divine light with love, truth, and light in my dreaming. We need to turn the earth into a daydream, not a nightmare. And I have another one here I want to share with you as well. Hey, Jen, glad you made it. Why we chose to awaken first in our families. Have you ever wondered why you were the first one in your family to start questioning the world, breaking free from the programming and seeking the truth, while others around you clung to the system? Something deep inside of you refused to comply. You began to see through the illusions, feel the energy behind people's words, and recognize the lies sold as truth by governments, media, and institutions. This was not a random occurrence. It was your soul's decision. You chose to awaken first for a reason. Before coming to this realm, you made a soul agreement to be a trailblazer. You knew it would not be easy. You knew your family might not understand. You knew that some would mock you, ignore your warnings, or label you as crazy. But you accepted the mission anyway, because your love for them was greater than the fear of rejection. You were the one strong enough to break the generational curse, the generational spell. Your family has likely been stuck in cycles of trauma, fear, survival, and conformity for generations. But you came to break the chain. By choosing to wake up first, you are the frequency distributor. You shattered the illusions, not just for yourself, but for your bloodline. You are clearing ancestral karma, healing wounds that were never yours to carry, and paving a path of light so others in your family can follow when they are ready. Being first means facing the storm alone. You may have felt lonely, alienated, or even spiritually exiled, but in truth, you were never alone. Higher realms were guiding you the whole way. You had to walk through the fire so you could become the example. Your courage gives others permission to ask questions. Your authenticity gives others the space to feel. Your love, even in the face of resistance, is the very medicine your family didn't even know they needed. You're not just waking up for your family, you're waking up for the grid. By anchoring higher consciousness within your family system, you are doing grid work. Your frequency creates cracks in the matrix. Your thoughts ripple into the field. Your inner work rewrites timelines. Even if your family members never consciously awaken in this lifetime, they are being energetically impacted by your vibration. Some will awaken quietly. Some will awaken after you're gone. Some already have, and you may not even know it yet. You are a spiritual warrior disguised as a black sheep. They called you rebellious. They said you were too sensitive, too different. But that difference was your superpower. You were born with a higher frequency blueprint that made you immune to the mind control that everyone else fell for. Your awakening may have started with a health scare, a betrayal, or a sudden collapse of everything safe, but it cracked you open for a reason. You were built for this. Your soul knew this era would come. You knew humanity would be on the edge of a great awakening. You knew the world needed beacons of truth and love to hold the lines when things got dark. That's you. You were born with the codes to help this planet to shift. And it started by choosing to awaken first in the one place you would feel it the most, your family. If they reject you, let them. If they mock you, love them. If they never understand, shine anyway. You did not fail them by waking up. You are fulfilling the very mission that you came here for. And if this resonates with any of you and you need help and guidance in figuring out how to do this, how to continue your growth, how to continue to level up, reach out to me. I can help you to do that. I am the beacon that leads you home to self. Welcome to Sunday services. We are going to have open lines. There is a link pinned in the chat box for you to click on if you would like to connect with a past loved one, including pets, or if you would like to just have some personal guidance, have some questions answered in your own personal life for clarity and direction. I welcome all questions. I would recommend that you have those questions prepared before you call so that you can have them in order of importance. This will be a 10-minute call. And if you do not want your voice or your name said out loud on the air, please state that when I answer the phone, and I will not put you on the speaker so that you are not put on the spot. It is $15 for 10 minutes. And again, the link is pinned in the top of the chat. Welcome in, everyone. I am glad that you are here with me. Just to recap what has went on this week on the channel. Many of you that follow the channel are aware that I have been channeling for some of my shows. I've also had some people to call in on the Sunday service shows and have channeled for them, like my friend Jennifer, who hasn't been able to find her cat for over a year. And he's not dead. He's not on the other side. So I didn't channel his spirit, but I did channel instructions to give to her on how to find him. And within 4 hours of the consult, she had gotten word that someone knew where her cat was, and she now has her cat back with her. And I'm so very happy for her and for Cedric Pablo the cat. That's his new name. And I also channeled Dolores Cannon this week. So if you haven't seen that, please go check that out because that was very enlightening and informative. A lot of people don't realize who Jim Mars is, but I actually have 3 videos of information that he gave to me through a channeling with him that is very deep, very informative, that has a lot to do with shadow government, politics, leveling up, consciousness, all of those cool things that we like to talk about. I also had thought to channel JFK Jr., and his mother, Jackie, showed up to inform me that John's not here yet. So for me, that told me that he's not on the other side yet. But, like, what? That's exciting. So I'm going to dig into that some more. Stay tuned for that. And the most recent channel that I did was for Kurt Cobain. Also an interesting and enlightening discussion that I had with him. So by all means, go check those out. And I would like to say to all of you, leave me comments and reach out to me and tell me who you would like to see or hear me channel, right? Take your pick. Give me some names and I'll channel them and see what kind of messages come through, and we'll make some videos about it. Because I don't want to just be picking names out of thin air and then maybe you think, oh, well, she probably knows this or that or the other. I want to prove to you that this is real. And I don't want to prove to you that this is real to get bragging rights for myself. I want to prove to you that it's real so that I can teach you to do it too, because we can all do this. And it's a really wonderful, cool thing to be able to do. So leave me suggestions and comments for who you would like to see me channeling. Hey, Dr. Ace, I'm glad you made it. That's awesome. Okay. So Jen has already put herself in the queue to get a channeling. And Jen, if you are not busy, go ahead and call in. And if you are, just take a moment and, whenever you get time, call me and I'll stop what I'm doing so that I can take your call to help you, because I know that you're at work. Okay. My hair looks a hot mess today, y'all. Look at this floppy bun. All right. Also, how many of you have been experiencing all of these, what we would call ascension symptoms lately? There's been a lot of that going on. With all of the solar energy that's coming in and the cosmic energy that's bombarding us. And then we've got Mercury in retrograde that's kicking everybody's ass. And we've got the moon that's coming on a full moon now tonight, which is also a blue moon. And then in a few more days, we have what's called a black moon, which is when you have 2 new moons in a 30-day cycle. And to me, I can't remember ever having a a black moon or even hearing the term. So I actually had to do some research on it. It is a real thing. Who knew? But so yeah, we've got a blue moon coming up tonight, and then we've got a black moon coming up with the next new moon. Wild. So we have a lot of energetic stuff going on right now. And I want to know, how are you feeling? Because there's a lot of symptoms on that. People being extremely tired, extremely exhausted, craving things, and they can't figure out what it is that they're wanting or they're needing. I said to Missy the other day, I feel peckerish because I'm like picking and pecking at things and nothing seems to really hit my spot lately. Muscle pains, aches and pains in your muscles and cramps and pains in your bones and your joints. All of this is happening because of this bombardment of energy that's coming in that's actually changing your physiology. And so your body, all the way down to its core, is acclimating to this new energy. That's okay, Jen. Call whenever you can, all right? Yeah, just call whenever you can. Um, but yeah, dizziness, headaches, mood swings, things welling up, emotions welling up in you that you didn't know that you needed to deal with are surfacing right now. And that's because this is that time that the planets are in alignment to help us to purge and to eliminate any type of negative energies that we still hold within us in our soul imprint, our DNA. And so, you may just feel like you need to cry for no reason. You don't understand why you need to cry, but there's something in you that needs to be purged. Or maybe you're feeling angry about something. So you need to just sit and check yourself, check yourself before you wreck yourself. That's how I say it. Check in with you and see what it is in you that's making you feel so angry and aggravated and frustrated and moody. And let's clear that out. Let's get rid of it, right? Let's get that ick off of us. And how do we do that? Like, that's the first question everybody wants to ask is, how do you do that? And it's really quite simple. Um, the main thing to do would be to go outside and just get grounded, get earthy, you know, step on the ground barefoot, sit in nature for a minute, breathe fresh air, just listen to the birds and the wind and the crickets and the frogs, Jennifer. Listen to the frogs. You know I love you. Um, but yeah, just be for a moment. Just go sit somewhere and be so that you can quiet your mind and you can rein yourself back in and you can get balanced out again, get grounded. Um, because there is a lot of icky energy happening right now. And the best way for us to deal with that really is just to go outside and get grounded. Now, of course, you can also just focus on your breath work. Every time you're starting to feel anxious, check in with your breath. Um, calm your breathing down, slow it down, focus on it, and that will help to rein things back in also. But this isn't just about reining it in to get grounded. It's also about allowing the wellspring of emotions to come out so that they can be purged from you. So if you need to cry, go cry, right? If you need to sleep extra, go sleep extra. If you're angry, well, go yell outside somewhere. Don't yell at other people. Um, you don't want to direct it toward anyone. Just go get it out of you. Go yell, you know. Excuse me. We've had a cold or allergies or something around here. Dr. A says, "Oh my God, yes, these times have been insane. Yes, all of these have been happening to me also. I woke up so many times last night to use the bathroom. I know that this is TMI, but we're family. I've definitely been purging. Yeah, me too. I've actually been peeing a lot, like a lot. And I joke and say I have tiny bladder syndrome anyway, but I have really been having to go to the bathroom a lot, go pee a lot. Definitely. Okay, let me check that. Alrighty. Um, Also, while we're waiting to see if anyone wants to call in, I actually have something I would love to share with you that is on point with what I'm talking about here. One of the ladies in my um, alien abduction support group passed this to me, and it's really perfect for describing why starseeds are feeling so tired. So we're going to take a listen to that and wait for a call to come in.
Greetings, starseeds. I am Ashtar of the Pleiadian Collective. Beloved ones, we welcome you into this sacred moment of transformation. We, the Pleiadian
And
Collective.
I just want to stop right there for a moment just to say that I know there's a lot of people that think the whole Ashtar of Ashtar Command and the Pleiadians and all of that's a bunch of bunk. So just ignore that part of it if that's your problem with it, and just listen to the message, because the message itself is 100% true, and I guarantee it's going to resonate with a lot of people.
Extend our presence as Earth moves through an unparalleled era of awakening, one that integrates countless energetic streams into a single grand tapestry of ascension. Our role is not to dictate your journey, but to illuminate it, assuring you that these profound transitions you experience are part of a vast cosmic plan. You feel the weight of this change in your bones, in your dreams, in your sudden shifts of perception. Know that you are not alone in this process. You are gently cradled by more unseen support than you may ever realize. Many of you are keenly aware of the Earth's energetic heartbeat, known as the Schumann resonance. It is commonly charted and discussed, yet it remains only partially understood by most. Typically, you see vertical spikes, sudden bursts of high-frequency energies that can cause short-term symptoms such as headaches, palpitations, or restlessness. Indeed, these spikes have become somewhat commonplace, marking moments of intense solar activity or abrupt inflows of cosmic light. However, in recent days, something different has emerged on these charts: horizontal banded lines that stretch across extended time periods. These lines represent a steady, unyielding flow of energy, an infusion of what we lovingly call revelation energies. These horizontal lines signal that the planet, as well as collective humanity, is moving into a new form of harmonic stability. Instead of
And I just want to interrupt there to ask, have any of you been paying attention to the Schumann resonance charts? Because it really is showing up with some bizarre horizontal lines. And also, I don't know how many of you have experienced the heart palpitations or the lung flutters, but I am totally experiencing that right now from all this energetic change.
short bursts of energy that knock you momentarily off balance, you are receiving a more consistent frequency that allows for a deeper, more thorough integration of higher light. One might imagine this difference as akin to a series of quick, intense storms versus a steady, soaking rain. The end result is the same. Your energy body becomes watered, nourished, and prepared to grow, but the process feels quite different. We have observed similar horizontal patterns in the Schumann resonance in past years, most notably in 20, though not to the degree or frequency you are seeing now. Each time these extended vibrations emerged, there was a global uptick in spiritual curiosity, emotional releases on a large scale, and revelations in socio-political spheres. Many of you recall the intense wave of awakening that began around 20 and continued through the early 20s. That wave, though formidable, pales in comparison to the magnitude of what you are collectively receiving now. The planet herself has chosen to resonate at a more sustained frequency to aid humanity's readiness for the next leap. You might say the Earth is speaking to you continuously, urging every cell in your body to align with a higher code of existence. The result for many is exhaustion, a bone-deep fatigue that does not seem to pass with a single night's sleep. You may find yourself requiring multiple naps, experiencing uncharacteristic emotional swings, or noticing your body craving unusual foods or more hydration. This is a normal response to the extended presence of energies that are essentially recoding your auric field. Your body, with its innate wisdom, recognizes that something monumental is happening and diverts more resources into assimilation. People who are especially sensitive, those who identify as empaths, starseeds, or lightworkers, often feel the greatest impact. We applaud the courage and perseverance you exhibit in these times. For for the changes within you reflect changes in the collective. As you integrate these codes, you help anchor them into the global grid, making it easier for others to follow. Alongside these horizontal Schumann resonance patterns, you are also witnessing a rare planetary alignment involving 7 major celestial bodies: Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. This alignment acts like a celestial chorus, each planet offering its unique frequency, converging in one grand symphony. Historically, these alignments have been associated with leaps in art, science, and spiritual discovery among humans. When multiple planets line up on one side of the sun, they create an energetic synergy that amplifies cosmic energies flooding your solar system. From our perspective, we see your star system awash in higher frequency waves emanating from the galactic center. During these alignments, the planetary bodies function like lenses or mirrors, focusing and reflecting these waves inward toward Earth. You may recall times in history when significant planetary alignments preceded or coincided with major leaps in consciousness. For instance, the harmonic convergence in 1987 helped open the gates for the wave of starseeds who incarnated in the following decades. Similarly, certain alignments in the early 2000s corresponded with the rapid expansion of the internet and global interconnectedness. The alignment you face now is different in the sense that Earth's overall vibrational baseline is higher than it was in those prior events. You have collectively grown. Thus, the effect of these planetary arrangements is more palpable. Think of it this way. If you are standing on a small hill, you can see so far. But if you climb a mountain, your perspective expands exponentially. Earth's energetic vantage has risen. As a result, you are poised to receive the cosmic influx from these aligned planets in a more direct, more powerful way. Spiritually, the alignment heralds what we might call the Great Clarification. Under these energies, hidden truths, both personal and collective, come to the surface. Old illusions fall away, sometimes abruptly, leaving you face to face with clarity you may have been avoiding. This clarity, while liberating, can trigger emotional upheavals. People may discover old wounds or belief systems that no longer serve them. Nations may confront historical reckonings. Institutions may reveal secrets previously held tightly. Although such revelations can be painful, they serve the essential function of lightening the collective load, preparing humanity to inhabit higher states of unity and compassion. As these cosmic forces converge, there is a collective purging taking place. Consider how you might clean a house thoroughly before inviting guests. So too does the collective psyche need cleansing before fully stepping into a more enlightened age. This purge manifests in various forms: social unrest, political upheavals, personal relationship challenges, and a constant influx of new information about your world that can feel overwhelming. You are witnessing an era of disclosure, where long-buried documents, testimonies, and secrets are seeing the light of day. Many of these revelations emerge from declassified intelligence files, whistleblower accounts, contactee testimonies, and spiritual and mystical archives. Some speak to the hidden influence of advanced technologies, while others discuss the reality of extraterrestrial contact that has quietly shaped events on Earth for decades. Still, others focus on suppressed knowledge about human potential, healing modalities, and spiritual truths that challenge mainstream narratives. Though it can feel chaotic, keep in mind that nothing is revealed prematurely. These disclosures, these blasts of truth, are orchestrated at a higher level to coincide with humanity's readiness. As the Schumann resonance sends forth these unwavering signals and the planetary alignment saturates your fields with cosmic impetus, hearts and minds open more readily to truths once considered too radical to consider. Thus, the unveiling and the readiness align, enabling smoother integration. It may appear that the world is on the brink of dysfunction, but from our vantage, we see a species grappling with the final shackles of limitation. Once these shackles are removed, you stand at the precipice of a golden era, one in which your collective intelligence and spiritual wisdom merge to create sustainable and compassionate global systems. Yes, the purge is messy, detoxification often is, but the result is a more authentic expression of who you truly are, both individually and as a species. We, the Pleiadian Collective, along with our counterparts from the Andromedan, Arcturian, Sirian, and other star families, have been collaborating in Earth's ascension process for millennia. Our role is to stabilize the energetic grids, seed higher frequencies of compassion and wisdom, and offer direct guidance when invited. You might wonder why we, who dwell in higher frequencies, concern ourselves with Earth. The answer is simple. We see you as kin. We share a lineage of love that transcends star systems. Your success in evolving consciousness benefits not only your world, but contributes to the harmony of the entire galaxy. Specifically, in these times of intense horizontal Schumann bands and rare planetary alignments, we employ specialized technology and higher dimensional energies to modulate the flow of incoming light. Think of it as adjusting the water pressure in a hose, ensuring it does not burst from excessive force. Despite this modulation, many of you still feel overwhelmed. That is because the potential for growth is vast right now, and your souls, in agreement with your higher selves, have chosen to receive as much upgrading as is feasible. Though we can mitigate some of the energetic pressure, your free will and soul contracts ultimately define how much transformation you experience. For lightworkers, the burden can feel especially heavy. You are the ones who volunteered to transmute a larger share of the collective density. At times, you might feel frustration, isolation, or doubt. You wonder, why me? Why must I carry so much? Beloved ones, we remind you that you are never alone. We are constantly sending you reassurance in subtle ways, through synchronicities, dreams, sudden bursts of clarity, or the comforting presence you might sense during meditation. If you allow it, you can feel our light envelop you in those moments of greatest need. A special note on Pleiadian healing frequencies. Many of you are now receiving these transmissions during your sleep. You may wake with a sense of having traveled, or you might experience powerful dreamscapes involving bright lights, starry vistas, or advanced healing chambers. These experiences are not mere fantasies. They reflect genuine interactions at the soul level. We gently recalibrate your energy bodies, helping to release blockages that no longer serve you, so you can integrate the new codes with less friction. If you set a clear intention before sleep to connect with us, you may find these healing sessions become even more profound. One of the most accessible metaphors to describe your current situation is mountain climbing. When ascending a mountain, you go through phases of steep climbs, challenging but exhilarating, then you reach a plateau, a level area where you must pause to catch your breath, acclimatize to the thinning air, and prepare for the next stage of ascent. These horizontal Schumann resonance lines represent such a plateau. Many of you have been climbing for months, even years, riding wave after wave of energetic surges that propel you into new levels of consciousness. Now, you find yourself on flat ground, still elevated compared to your starting point, but temporarily stable. Your body, mind, and spirit are using this time to integrate everything you have learned, all the energies you have received, and the revelations you have uncovered. Although these plateaus can feel boring or even disconcerting for those accustomed to constant forward momentum, they are essential. Without them, the next climb would be far more challenging, and you risk burnout or injury. During these plateaus, you might experience a sense of spiritual restlessness, impatient for the next big leap. Alternatively, you might revel in a moment of peace, grateful for a chance to process. Honor whatever arises. Recognize that integration is as crucial as advancement. This pattern of climb-plateau-climb is a universal law found in nature, in your personal growth, and in the evolution of civilizations. It ensures that you build a strong foundation before reaching for the next summit. In the swirl of these intense energies, grounding is one of your most potent allies. By grounding, we mean creating a stable energetic connection between your physical body and the Earth's core. Though this seems elementary, it is often overlooked, especially by those who focus primarily on higher chakras, cosmic energies, and metaphysical pursuits. Yet grounding is the bedrock that allows you to function effectively as a spiritual being in a human form. Now, we will expand upon some advanced grounding techniques to help you not only stabilize, but thrive. Earthing and resonant breathing. Walk barefoot on natural ground, grass, soil, or sand. As you do so, practice resonant breathing. Inhale for a count of 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and hold again for 4. This cyclical breath synchronizes your nervous system with the Earth's gentle rhythms. Feel the solidity of the Earth beneath your feet. Imagine roots extending into the soil and allow the planet's supportive energy to flow up into your body. Tree communion. Choose a tree that resonates with you. Place your palms on its trunk, close your eyes, and breathe slowly. Visualize a gentle exchange of energy. Your excess or discordant vibrations flow into the tree, while the tree offers stable, nurturing frequencies in return. Trees are experts at anchoring cosmic energy into Earth, and they can teach you how to hold steady in storms. Crystal grids and the Earth Star Chakra. Beyond the commonly known seven chakras, some traditions speak of an Earth Star Chakra, located about 12 to 18 inches below your feet. It acts as an anchor for your entire chakra system, creating a crystal grid around you with stones like black tourmaline, hematite, obsidian, or smoky quartz. And focusing on your Earth Star Chakra can further strengthen your grounding. Visualize a vibrant orb beneath your feet, connecting you to Earth's molten core. Feel the synergy between your crown chakra, receiving cosmic light, and your Earth Star Chakra, stabilizing that light. Elemental immersion, engaging deeply with the elements, earth, water, air, fire, also grounds you. For instance, soaking in a salt bath not only cleanses your auric field, but also anchors your energy by merging it with the water element. Lighting a candle and gazing at the flame can help stabilize scattered thoughts, while feeling a gentle breeze on your skin can remind you of your connection to the life-sustaining air you share with all beings. Sound healing and drumming. Certain rhythms and frequencies help align your brainwaves and heart rate with Earth's resonance. Listening to drumming or heartbeat sounds at around 7.83 Hz, which is close to the Earth's fundamental Schumann frequency, can have a profound grounding effect. Chanting low, resonant tones, like the root chakra tone, around 396 Hz, also serves this purpose. Grounding is not merely a defensive measure against spiritual overwhelm. It is the key to embodying your higher self on Earth. The more anchored you are, the more effectively you can radiate your unique light, serve others, and fulfill your higher missions. During this plateau of sustained light infusions, a substantial amount of revelatory information is filtering into human consciousness. For many, this arrives as heightened intuition, vivid dreams, or synchronous events. For others, it manifests as sudden insights about one's life path, relationships, or career. On the collective level, these revelations can look like whistleblower testimonies, newly published documents from decades past, or social movements that challenge deeply held cultural assumptions. Some of these revelations concern the contactee phenomenon, individuals who share experiences of direct communication with extraterrestrial or multidimensional beings. While mainstream perspectives may dismiss or ridicule such accounts, the tide is slowly shifting. As the horizontal Schumann resonance lines help anchor higher truth, more and more people are becoming receptive to the notion that humanity has never been isolated in a silent cosmos. The Pleiadian Collective, among others, has been in contact with certain Earth representatives for decades, offering knowledge designed to help humanity navigate this transitional phase. In many previous transmissions, including through this messenger, the Pleiadians have spoken of a harmonic threshold, a point at which enough individuals hold a certain level of consciousness, triggering a wave of enlightenment that sweeps across society. You are approaching that threshold now. This wave will not nullify personal free will, but will provide the impetus for many to awaken seemingly overnight. The sudden expansions in science, spirituality, and interhuman relationships that follow will be extraordinary. However, integration is crucial. The psyche can only handle so much expansion before it must pause to adapt and reorganize. This is what you are experiencing: revelations pouring in swiftly, followed by intervals of deep rest or even confusion. Grant yourself grace in these times. You are rewiring your mental, emotional, and even physical processes to accommodate a broader perspective of reality. It is beneficial to remember that Earth has undergone ascension cycles before. Many of you carry faint soul memories of civilizations like Atlantis and Lemuria, whose downfall was not an inevitable tragedy, but a lesson in how misuse of power and technology can derail spiritual evolution. In each past cycle, humanity reached a juncture similar to the one you stand at now, a crossroads between fear-based separation and unity-based transcendence. Unlike in times past, however, you have collectively chosen a more collaborative approach to ascension. There is a far greater number of awakened souls now than at critical points in previous epochs, and your network of shared knowledge is unprecedented. Digital communication and global connectivity have allowed for the rapid dissemination of spiritual teachings, scientific discoveries, and awakened perspectives. During Atlantis, advanced technologies outpaced the ethical and spiritual maturity needed to wield them responsibly. This imbalance led to catastrophic results. Now, the infiltration of new, potentially world-altering technologies, artificial intelligence, quantum computing, zero-point energy, is once again on the horizon. Yet, we see a heightened ethical awareness blossoming among you, pushing for transparency and moral accountability. This is no coincidence. The lessons of Atlantis and Lemuria echo in your subconscious, guiding you toward a more harmonious outcome. We share this historical context not to incite fear, but to remind you of your resilience and capacity to evolve. The presence of so many starseeds, incarnated souls from various star systems, serves as an energetic failsafe, ensuring that even if a subset of humanity resists the light, enough of you maintain the frequency required to tip the scales toward unity consciousness. The horizontal Schumann patterns reflect that stable base of support, a consistent, unwavering foundation from which your collective ascension can bloom. In the swirl of disclosures, cosmic alignments, and personal awakenings, remember to breathe deeply and ground yourself in Earth's loving presence. Rejoice in the knowledge that these horizontal bands in the Schumann resonance signal a plateau where you can gather strength. Celebrate the planetary alignment that gifts you with cosmic clarifications and empowerment. Welcome the unveiling of truths, knowing they serve a divine plan to liberate humanity from the bonds of ignorance. Above all, honor the sacredness of this transformative era. You came here to bear witness and to participate in Earth's ascension. That is no small task. It is a soul-level commitment whose ripple effects echo beyond your current lifetime. By integrating each shift as it arises, you weave yourself more intricately into the great expanse of universal love. We stand with you in reverence and anticipation, eager for the radiant future you are actively co-creating. May your hearts be light, your bodies strong, and your spirits aflame with the certainty that all is unfolding according to a higher orchestration. We love you, we honor you, and we walk beside you always. With blessings, I am Ashtar, and I have enjoyed bringing this message to you today.
Okay. So, regardless of who the message was really from, it was a very good message. In my opinion, it really hits home. It resonates with me completely in every sense of the word. Pretty much everything in it. What is going on with my hair? Pretty much every sense of the word. It resonates with me. So, what about you? Put it in the comments. I want to hear. I want to know. And again, we have a link pinned to the top for anyone who wants to call in and have a personal reading or to connect and channel a past loved one. If you would like for me to channel celebrities or famous people or whoever to do on the shows, put that in the comments too. Um, give me your suggestions. Give me your requests for who you would like to see more channeling come from. And I mean, it literally does not matter to me, you know, however you say that, what area they come from, whether they're from the ufology field or Hollywood or music or religious or whatever. Like whoever you would be interested in hearing me try to channel and connect with and get some information on, I'm all for it. I am open. Okay, so it doesn't look like we're going to have any callers today. Jen's going to do hers later. So that'll be part of our Monday Madness that we do later. We're going to actually do that tonight. It'll be up tomorrow for everybody to watch because we have to schedule around her work schedule. Um, but yeah, I'll do her channeling probably at the beginning of Monday Madness, and then we'll do our show from there. So stay tuned for that too. Don't forget to tune in for Monday Madness. We're gonna actually kind of do something new. We're gonna start doing each show as like a theme, right? Like country western theme or punk rock theme or heavy metal or whatever. 70s throwbacks, hippie stuff, the 80s look, whatever, stuff like that. Um, so yeah, that'll be interesting just to see what kind of get up we get into for each show. I think that's going to be fun. Yeah, you can make the clouds move 100%. You sure can. Yeah, that was some of the first stuff that me and my brother Rob um, would do together. Like that movie, Men Who Stare at Goats or whatever it's called. They made fun of people like us, but we were doing that way before that movie ever came out. We would lay on the hillside, stare at the clouds, and we would both focus on the same cloud and have it to move. And we would, join hands and connect our energy, our chi together to see what would happen. Now, sometimes that would go awry. So I recommend that you do that with great cautiousness because some crazy shit can happen when you connect your chi and just blast it out there with no clear intent for what it's going to do, because we were actually focusing on a utility line that attached from my house to my pump house, and it blasted electricity out the other side of it and created a vortex that went swirling across the cornfield and jumped across the road. It was wild. It was really wild. Um, so yeah, I recommend being very cautious and um, concise in what you're hoping to achieve when you do things like that. Otherwise, you can really make some shit mess up. But yeah, you can totally lay down and watch the cloud, or sit and watch the clouds, make a move. That's a good way to practice focusing on your intentions and your manifestation, because we really do control more than we realize that we do if we choose to. Yeah, there you go, Jen. Jen says that she combined her energy with her friend's energy to help her husband to get a job. You can definitely do that. I mean, that is energetic work right there. Focusing a clear intention for what you want to see achieved and not worrying about the details of how you get from the focusing point to the achievement. Just focusing on the achievement itself. That's how you do it. It's great. You moved clouds to work on your tan. I remember you telling me that when you were laying in the swimming pool getting a tan, if the clouds came over, you would focus on them to get them to move. Yeah, that's awesome. And you can do the same thing with rain. If you need rain, you can focus on bringing the rain. If you want the rain to go away, you can focus on that too. If there's a tornado or a really bad storm coming, you can park that storm and disperse it to where it's not going to be so impactful on everyone. My children will readily now part the storm before I even say anything to them. The second that a tornado siren goes off, or they hear on the news that it's going to get bad, or it starts raining and the wind blowing crazy here, they'll just jump right out on it and not outside, in the house. They don't go outside in the weather. And they part the storm, just boom, that fast. And every time it works. Like every time. It totally works. Yeah, we can control so much more than we realize. And I think it's exciting to learn how to do that and to actively do that. I think that's a really cool thing for us to be able to do. And, we're always freaking out over not having control over this, that, or the other. But those are things that we actually do have control over that we don't realize a lot of times that we can. So, and even like health, your health, you can control that with thought and directing your energy to things. You can affect your health, other people's health. That's what we do in energy healing. So there's a lot of things, you can bring money to you. You can bring more luck your way by focusing on those things. Now, of course, with material stuff like that, you have to also really have faith in that in order for it to work. So you can't be in a negative, you can't have a negative mindset and will something to you at the same time, you know. But yeah. All right, we're going to give this maybe about another 5 minutes or so. And if nobody wants to call in, then we're going to go ahead and end the live stream. But definitely put in the comments anybody that you would like to see me channel and get information from. And um, if you weren't brave enough this time to call in, maybe by next week you'll be ready to do it again. We're going to do this every Sunday. And of course, in the meantime, if you just want a private personal reading, all of that will be in the description box below once the live stream ends, and I can edit the description part of the video. All of those links will be there for the information that you need. And also for joining my Facebook groups. If you want to join the spiritual group or the alien abduction support group, and my support group is really a great, great group of people. We don't allow in any kind of bullies or naysayers or negative Nancy's. We don't go for that there. It's a really great support system. Everybody's really open and honest and forthcoming and just trying to figure out all of what the hell's happening to us together. So if you're interested in that, that link will also be in the description. And I also have a Bigfoot group if anybody's interested in joining that. And I don't think it's in the description box, but it's called um, Official Indiana Bigfoot Research. If you're interested in that, because we have Bigfoots here in Indiana. There's Bigfoots in a lot of places. I grew up in Arkansas, and there's so many sightings of Bigfoot in Arkansas that even the police and the judges and everybody down there completely believes in it and talks about it freely and openly. I mean, they're that frequently seen in Arkansas. Um, so there must be a whole lot more of them in the South than there are up here in the northern states, for good reason, because it's warmer down there. If I had my preferences, I'd be in warmer areas to live in too. I don't like all this cold winter weather. Of course, it's hot as hell here in the summer, though. Right now, it's crazy hot here. Crazy hot because the weather is just all over the place. All right, guys. Well, I guess we're going to call it a day here. And be sure to tune in tomorrow for Monday Madness and see what's up. And until then, thanks for joining me. I love you bunches. I'm glad you're here. And I'm glad we're on this journey together. See you soon.